Hello folks, welcome to the in-stock lease deals of the month for November 2024. There's some incredible value in this, some amazing plug-in hybrid deals right now. Probably the best I've ever seen. The Prius deal that we saw earlier in the week is still around. Bit of a development on that this morning. So we'll talk more about that in a sec. Also, the Carolla estate has got an amazing deal right now. It's huge value. So let's get into all of those. Members will be seeing this video a little bit early. If any of the deals have gone by the time you watch the video, my best advice is to just check back later in the day and possibly again over the weekend, and you may find some of the deals reappearing. Also, my giveaway next month for members is going to be this bad boy. It's a brand new sealed 𝙇𝙄𝙁𝙁𝙄𝙇𝙄𝑼𝙏𝙀 dash cam. That's a 4K dash cam's worth, I don't know, 200 quid, I reckon. And I'll be giving that away to members. Only £2 a month, so not bad value, I hear you shout. Link to LeaseLoco is in the video description, folks. Please use that. Like, lots of people tell me that they've leased a car because of watching my video, but haven't used my link. And LeaseLoco still get your business, but I don't get anything for it. So please use the link if you are interested in any of these deals, or if you just want to go and have a poke around. I can't do it when people don't use the link, so please do. Thanks. Citroen C3 Aircross 1.2 PureTech 130 Max Edition, 𝑒ATA automatic gearbox, 9.2 seconds to 62, 41 mpg, 410 litres of boot space, only insurance group 18, 710 quid up front and £236 a month. Great practical little sort of city SUV, not too bad. 10,000 miles a year, 3-year deal, of course, 350 quid a month on average. At its peak, 382, £236.74 a month with 710 up front. Toyota Prius. Now, this is the second time I've recorded this video, unbelievably. I've recorded it all once and didn't have the mic turned on. And that's the way it goes sometimes. When I recorded the video earlier, this was 248 quid a month, okay? It's currently gone back to 269. This is on a 2-year deal, by the way. 807 up front and 269 a month. So you could look at this and think, well, should I wait until later in the day and see if the price goes down again? Or you could look at it and think, should I grab this before the price goes up again? Because the value this car gives you is astounding. Now, I have recently reviewed this car and the video's gone out on my channel, and I'm going to link to it at the end of this video. So if you want to see the review for this, either just go to my channel page, it's one of my most recent videos, or just click the link at the end of this video. 6.8 seconds to 62, 31 is the insurance group, 223 brake horsepower. It will do 50 to the gallon with nothing in the battery. And obviously, when you've got the battery filled up, you've got about 50 miles all electric range. It's a really good thing. 807 a month, 807 up front, 269 a month. Average on it's been 491. Highest price was 895, and the lowest price, as I said, was about an hour ago. It was 248 quid a month about an hour ago, but it's gone back up to 269, which is still unbelievable value. When you consider on the 14th of October, this car was £478 a month. I mean, it sort of speaks for itself. Now, a couple of things with this. This one's the design spec, which is base spec. Basically, the one I've got in the video is an XL. And the boot space is small. It's under 300 litres in this, but again, you can see that in the video. If you need more boot space, this gives you it in spades. It's the Carolla Touring Sports Hybrid Icon Edition CVT automatic, 9.4 seconds to 62, 62.8 mpg, and somewhere close to that is achievable. You'll definitely get mid to late 50s in this car in the real world. 140 brake horsepower, insurance group's only 17, and it's 596 litres of boot space, so no issues with room in this one. 351 has been the average on it, 405 at its peak, and it's been 77p less than it is at the moment. It's £264 and 67 pence a month with 794 up front. That is a 3-year deal. That is astounding value, and it's a brilliant car. It really is. The interior is typical Toyota. It's not very flash, not all that exciting, but really robust, really sensible. It all works and it will age well. Just a great car for that kind of money. It's insane, really. Seat Ateca 1.5 Evo FR DSG automatic, 890 up front and 296 a month. Great car, the Ateca. 9 seconds to 62, 42.8 mpg, 150 horsepower, insurance group 18 and 510 litres of boot space. Average on this one's been £434 a month. At its peak it was 466, and at the lowest point it was 6p less than it is right now. 6p. It's 296 a month with 890 up front. Citroen C5 Aircross 1.6 plug-in hybrid max edition, automatic, 8.2 seconds to 62, insurance group 28 and 600 litres of boot space. 631's been the average on this, and look at this for a price drop. When you see a line like that on a lease deal, you know it's a good one. On the 28th of October, this was £757 a month. Today, it's £318 a month with 956 up front. Average of 631. The deal speaks for itself. 956 up front and 318 a month gets you a big, practical and quite nice looking SUV. It's had a bit of a facelift, the C5, and I think it looks all right. Nissan X-Trail e-Power e-Force 213X Centre Premium Automatic, 7 seconds to 62, 45 mpg, 575 litres of boot space, insurance group 28 and 213 brake horsepower. Just under 1100 up front and 364 a month on that one. 424 a month's been the average, 477 at its peak. It has been 15 quid a month less than it is right now, but it still looks very good against that peak price and that average at 364 a month, and it's a really good car. The Cupra Leon plug-in hybrid now, this is another automatic, 7.7 seconds to 62. As you know, I think all these plug-in hybrid figures are completely daft, but 706 mpg really does take the biscuit. I'll just tell you now, that's unlikely to be achieved in the real world. Although if you're running on electric only, you've got infinity mpg, haven't you? What nonsense. Only 270 litres of boot space in this one, because obviously the batteries are in the boot, so you're losing a bit of the boot space. Normally that would be closer to 400 litres. Insurance group 26, 204 brake horsepower, 452 is the average on it, 522 at its peak, and the lowest point was £2 less than it is now. It's £369.60 a month with £1,108 up front. Now, if you're getting yourself a lease car, I strongly suggest you go over to ala.co.uk and look at their gap insurance offering. Say your car's written off, which could mean it's involved in a bad accident, it's stolen, someone sets fire to it, it's in a flood, anything like that. The insurance company is going to pay you out over here, and the lease company is going to be asking you for money over here. The lease company, say, asks you for £35,000, and the insurance company says, we're giving you £30,000, there's a £5,000 gap in the middle, and the gap insurance steps in and covers that. It also makes a contribution towards your car insurance excess. It also makes a contribution towards your initial payment on another car. You're generally looking between £110 to £150 for like 3 years cover on a lease, and I think that's phenomenal. That's not per year, that's for 3 years. And if you use the code GYM10, you'll save 10% off the price of any product on the ALA website. Or you can give them a call. They don't have commissioned salespeople. They have highly trained customer service people. And there's a distinct difference, folks. Even on the phone, give them the code GYM10. They'll take 10% off the price for you because they're lovely people. Check out ALA, and big thanks to them for sponsoring today's video. Next, we've got the Petrol Skoda Octavia Estate VRS, which is the spicy one. This again is an automatic, 6.5 seconds to 62, 40 mpg, insurance group 27 and 640 litres of boot space, 265 brake horsepower, 1146 up front and 382 a month. 490 has been the average on this, 600 at its peak, and this is the lowest price we've seen on one. I love the Octavia VRS Estate. I think it's a brilliant car. It just does it all. It's bags of fun to drive. You can throw a load of gear in the back and go to B&Q in it and all that kind of good stuff and still have some fun on the road. It's a lovely car, and 382 a month looks like really good value on one of those. It really does. Peugeot 5008 1.2 hybrid 136 GT automatic, 11.3 seconds to 62. 348 litres of boot space. This is a 7-seat, so the boot's quite small, I guess, because the back row of seats would be up. Insurance group 24, 136 brake horsepower. 578 a month on average, 382 at the moment. It has been less than this. It was 363 at one point, but at its peak it was 935, which is pretty incredible. Currently 382 with 1147 up front, but this one is a 2-year deal, as is this one. This is also a 2-year deal. It's a big monster of an SUV. It's the CX-60 2.5 litre plug-in hybrid, exclusive line automatic, Mazda of course. 5.8 seconds to 62, 570 litres of boot space, insurance group 38 and 327 brake horsepower. £570 a month on average. At its peak 639, at its lowest point, well, that's today, £385.89. Look at that. Again, the kind of line you want to see on a lease deal. That means it's good. 1157 up front and 385 a month. Another big beastly SUV and another plug-in hybrid. It's the Skoda Kodiaq Sportline. DSG automatic, 8.4 seconds to 62, 204 brake horsepower, insurance group 25, 745 litres of boot space, 1280 up front and 427 a month, against an average of 527 a month. So that looks pretty decent for starters. This is the lowest price we've seen it. At its peak, it was 687. Volvo V60 B4P Ultra Dark Automatics, the return of the Volvo estate. Thank God they decided to bring Volvo estates back. The world just didn't seem right without them. 7.6 seconds to 62, 519 litres of boot space, 197 brake horsepower and insurance group 30. This one's petrol, of course. £698 a month has been the average on it. At its lowest point, it was about 12 quid a month, less than it is right now. But at its peak, it was 945 quid a month. It's currently 503 with 1,509 up front. Volvo XC60 T8 455 plug-in hybrid Ultra Black Edition all-wheel drive Geartronic. Plenty of power in this beastie. 455 brake horsepower. 4.9 seconds to 62, 468 litres of boot space and insurance group 43. Look at this, 842 has been the average on it, 1267 at its peak. It has been 18 quid a month less than it is right now, but it's also been almost double what it is right now. 678 quid a month with £2,000 up front gets you in the XC60. Now, the Lotus Emira is a car that's been knocking around for a couple of months now. This is the 2-litre edition, the first edition, 4.3 seconds to 62, 30 mpg, 360 brake horsepower. It's a beautiful car. I mean, look at that. That's the stuff dreams are made of, folks. That is a really fabulous looking thing. Let's look at the price history on it. So 776 was the lowest price we saw it. That was about, I don't know, 6 weeks ago. But the highest price we've seen on it was 1,500, and it had been over 1,500 like forever, basically. Then we had this sudden sort of price drop down to 920. Currently 808 a month with 2,426 up front, and that gets you this very cool, funky, lively little automatic Lotus Emira. That's a beautiful car, and for that kind of money, I know it's big money, but it's not for that sort of car. It's really not. Then we've got the big Volvo XC90 T8 plug-in hybrid Ultra Dark all-wheel drive Geartronic, £858 a month with 2,574 up front. This one's a 2-year deal. 5.4 seconds to 62, 455 horsepower, 262 litres of boot space. Again, it's a 7-seater, so that's with the back row of seats up. And then price history on that one, 1,278 on average, 1,400 at its peak. currently the lowest price we've seen at 858. Folks, if you like this content, I make plenty of it. Please subscribe to the channel. Please give the video a thumbs up as well. It costs you nothing and it does help me out. Thank you very much for watching. People keep asking me what's going to happen in December. What's the craziness going to be? I don't know is the honest answer. I'm not expecting it to be quite as crazy as last December. Certainly on the EV front, because manufacturers have been discounting EVs throughout the year rather than leaving it till the last minute. You'll see in this video there are loads of pretty amazing deals on plug-in hybrids. So we might see one or two more plug-in hybrid deals in December. But obviously everyone keeps their cards very close to their chests on this kind of thing, so it's really difficult to predict. And even while I've made this video, you know, that Toyota Prius deal's gone up by 20 quid a month. So who knows is the honest answer to that. Just keep watching the videos. Please use that link. I know I've said it already in the video, but when people don't, LeaseLoco still get your business. I just don't get paid for it. And please support my sponsors, ALA. Use that code 𝘼𝙁𝙁𝙄𝙇𝙄𝙼𝙎, 10% off any products on the site, and that's a brilliant deal. They're really good people to deal with. I've got my own gap insurance with them on my little Say It Me, and I would strongly suggest you consider doing the same. By the way, the in-stock EV deal video will be coming early next week. Thanks ever so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Huge thanks to all my channel members for your continued support. I really do appreciate it.